All right. So it is currently December 31st, 7:20, right there. And this video is going to come out in exactly a year. I will stop touching the desk because it is shaking the camera because I have a laptop. Um this video is going to basically cover everything that's happened to me in the past year. The negative, the good, the bad, and the great. Um yeah, I let's get started with the good stuff. The good stuff. First of all, if you're wondering why I'm wearing headphones, is because I'm actively editing this exact video just so I can, get it done before, what is it? 12 o'clock. So I got like, what, 2, 3 hours? I can't count. Anywho, um, the good stuff. This year, I began to actively post on YouTube. And I also streamed quite a bit at the start of the year. I don't know, I'll cut out some of this stuff. That all happened pretty early on, and it really helped me motivate myself a little early on, because when I started streaming, I hit affiliate, something I was trying to achieve for quite a while. With active YouTube posting and stuff like that, semi-active YouTube posting. Just a quick recap. I currently have, let's see, 37 subscribers and 5 videos. 37 subscribers and 5 videos. I'm really proud of what videos I've done this year. I personally think it's like literally the best I've ever done with video editing and recording. I've had such a blast doing that, and that's pretty much like the content creation side of the good stuff. Other things that happened to me this year is I started to work on my hobbies like woodworking, something I'm really passionate about. As you can see right there, right? I built that over the summer at a workshop thing, and I'm really shocked it's still standing right now. It could support my weight. I'm shocked. I built that in like 3 minutes. Barely like even. It's like glued up, barely cut up, whatever. You get the gist. It's like it's nothing. It's a nothing burger right there. But what I did recently, very very recently do is these okay. There we go. These coasters I'm currently working on. I want to create like a little side hustle sort of thing with woodworking and stuff like that. So this is like my first project I'm like trying super hard on. It's like a little 3D hold on, let's get it. 3D effect coaster. So you can get that, like, how do I get this? I suck at this YouTube gist thing. So yeah, it's like a little 3D cube with epoxy in the middle. I'm really proud of how it came out. Obviously, I encountered problems for my first time. One of the biggest problems is that I used a little too much dye, like epoxy dye, and the resin wouldn't harden perfectly. So it's been sitting on this heat pad that I got recently for my new desk, which I'll talk about in a minute. And yeah, that it's I really hope that I expand on that in 2024. On the note of new stuff, my new desk. Hold on. Hey. Yeah, so I got a standing desk. Super excited. This is one of the things I think I talked about on stream. I'm not gonna try and go find the clip right now. It's like, it's almost New Year's, so I just want to sit back, kick back, and edit this video real quick. It's one of the things I talked about on stream where I'm gonna slowly start to upgrade my room. First thing I wanted to do was get a standing desk. Check. Next thing I want to do is I want to either buy or build a shelf. I think I'm gonna resort to buy and put it right there. Like, hold on. Wireless headphones. Put it like right here, you know? And then I'm gonna use that to showcase off collections I'm doing, right? Promos. If get to in a minute also, getting ahead of myself here. And other things. You know, just a little something to fill this void right here, you know? It looks like the wall is like right here and I'm almost touching it, but it's like God, camera perspectives. I know, right? Crazy. A lot of like good things happened to me this year. Too much to I can't really recall all of them, but that's pretty much some of the most recent stuff. I also built this laptop stand right here, wooden. Really proud of it. I wish I could show you, but it's busy. And you stop touching my desk. All right. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much like the big things that's happened to me this year. There's been a lot of minor stuff, but nothing too crazy, right? Just a quick like check over. I got affiliate on Twitch. Started to focus more on YouTube, which I'm really happy about. That's my passion. We started focusing on woodworking as a side hustle, which I'm also really happy about. Another thing, I'm approaching that age and time where I'm applying to college, stuff like that. So that's and stuff like that, and all that things. So that's the good stuff. Now, on to the future stuff. So I know I said I'm gonna go talk about the future stuff, but the bad stuff has it's pretty much gonna be the fill of this video. Because majority of my year was awful. I know I stated a lot of good things, but those were comparably minor to what has happened to me this year. Um to me personally, this is like really big. To many other to a lot of people, it's some of the most minor things possible. I probably shouldn't even be talking about it if it's really that minor in the grand scheme of things, but I feel like if I talk about it, this is sort of like my therapy session. It's going to help me get it off my chest, maybe reach out to those people that were involved and all that things. And just as a disclaimer, it is going to get heavy. It is going to get serious. That's a big disclaimer. There's going to be a lot of serious topics and conversation happening in the next couple minutes. So if you get triggered sensitively or anything of that sort, I recommend you skip ahead to the future stuff. Um, I'll put in a timestamp, however long that is. I don't know yet. But to start off is that um I left I have lost pretty much all my friends. All of them. Uh all the people I grew up with from early middle school to from like 4th grade all the way up to senior year in high school, I have pretty much lost everybody I've known personally. Um of course there's a couple people I've recently started hanging out with that are from my family friend. Um I'm gonna stop saying so much. I sound so stupid when I say it. Uh there it is. Mm, yeah, I've been hanging out with a lot of people from my family friend. I'm of course going to be keeping everybody anonymous. If anything, I'll be giving them pseudonames. So like Billy Bob, Jeffrey, but you know, all the things. Uh, so yeah, I've lost pretty much everybody I grew up with and have known. The very first thing that happened was that um it all started when I first moved schools. Stupid Spotify ad distracting me. Here, let's do that. There you go. It all started when I first moved schools and started to get more distant from them. Clearly, I was still conversating with them through a Discord server I set up a while ago. I set up a Discord server back in 7th grade, hoping that it would be a general hub for all friends. And it would just be everybody. This guy's friends, my friends, everybody in one conglomerate spot. No 30 different group chats, no of course, there's still private DMs and 30 different group chats, but I was hoping to eliminate that middleman. And I left that at the start of the this, or not at the start, near like a couple months ago. I left it, and that really like triggered a whole like series of events for me. Um, where the reason why I left it is because I realized that we've grown so distant that they don't reach out to me, and the only other person reaching out to them is me. So I came to the conclusion is, if they don't want to keep me, why should I try and keep them? It's just simple logic, right? If they've forgotten about me, they don't want to reach out to me. They don't want to even say, "Hey, how you doing? How's life? Where you at right now?" Right? "Oh, how's YouTube going?" or anything like that. If they don't even want to try and send a hey message, why am I sending them hey messages, huh? It just came to a general conclusion. I sent them a very nice formal message in the server saying, "Hey guys, I think we're growing way too distant. I'm not gonna be blocking you guys. This isn't like a hate thing. Um, I'm just saying that I think it's about time I move to my next chapter in my life." And I don't know, they took it as if I was angry with them. The first thing they thought of was that I'm pissed at them, and they were all quoting someone. I'm going to give this guy the name Bob. Bob said that he felt so scared to reach out to me. He thought he would get in, come. He would come and he would, here, let me find the right word. He would come face to face with this anger I was having, that I'm pissed at them, that he doesn't want to shoot, he doesn't want to reach out to me and say, "Hey, what's up?" because he's afraid that I'm gonna explode on him. Seriously, is that really what I have built? Is that really what you guys think of me? Is that why you guys never reach out to me? And so that just solidified my reasoning. I just said, "All right, if you guys think of me like that, I'm gonna just leave. I'm not gonna block any of you guys. If you guys want to still reach out to me, go for it. My DMs are open. I don't care. You guys, in my mind, you guys are mutuals, not friends. Mutuals. I can now send you guys a message, and you guys can send me back a message. But I'm not gonna be chitty chatty with you guys 24/7 like we used to." So that was the very first thing that pretty much triggered this whole cataclysmic event that I'm about to talk about. And I'm not going to, of course, I'm going to keep everybody anonymous. The very first thing I'm actually going to do is send this video to them first. I'm going to schedule this video to upload it in a year, but this video is going to them today, tonight, because they need to give me back feedback. If they want any kind of information redacted, anything like that, they can send me that. They can give me the timestamp, what they want redacted, and I will do that. But I am telling you guys this right now. This is going public. I will release this in a year. I don't know where you guys will be, where I will be in a year, but it is 100% going public. So if you want anything redacted, redacted. I'm not removing. I'm redacting. I will bleep it and blur it. If you guys want anything like that, let me know with this timestamp and what it is. I will do it for your amenicity. Anonymity, animus, whatever. You get the thing. And so I think about a month or two ago, should I even talk about it? I don't know. This is a really tough thing to talk about, and hold on. It's a really tough thing to talk about and without sounding stupid or like I'm rage baiting or I'm being manipulative or anything like that. Seriously, this is just a talk thing. I'm just recounting events. I'm not doing anything to harm anybody or anything like that. I'm just recounting events, having my version of a therapy session because men need to be strong and shit like that. Therapy is for the weak, whatever, right? Imaging that's some stupid stereotype shit that shouldn't be believed, but it's just the first thing that comes to my mind, which I need to work on getting rid of. But the events I'm recounting right now are really some of the toughest stuff that has happened to me in literally the past year. Um, so I would provide receipts and images, but I have been ghost blocked from everything. I have asked them to join back the group chat where all these messages were sent, but they don't want to add me back because they're afraid that I'm gonna get even more pissed with what they talked behind my back with after I left it. So whatever. It all started when we were sending messages back and forth, and this was finals week for college students. One of the people in our group chat, I will give them the pseudo name Emily. Sorry if I work with anybody named like this in the future. I'm really sorry, they're not them. This is a pseudo name. We're gonna give her Emily. So Emily is in college and it's finals week and she is stressed. That is information I didn't know until it was told to me. And here's some context. I'm going to put context left and right. Context about me and them and context I didn't know. So context is that Emily is stressed currently, is in my personal encounters with Emily, she has always, or she, they go by they, so I'm gonna go they, she, right? Here, let me just check. Um, so some context is that Emily is currently in college and is stressed. My personal encounters with Emily has been that she has 8 out of 10 times I've encountered with her, chatted with her through online, not in person, online specifically. 8 out of 10 times is under the influence of something, alcohol or marijuana, or sorry, is under the influence. So, not incredibly intoxicated, just under the influence. It is noticeable at times, it is not noticeable at other times. So, and if I miss any other context clues or I come up with any other context clues later, I'll mention them, but that's it. My context clues is that I get defensive immediately when I'm incredibly offended. I personally used to be very manipulative and really big douchebag, and I strive to change myself. I don't know when, but I can tell you it was between 5th and 7th grade, or 5th and 8th grade. I have really strived to change myself from that manipulative douchebag asshole state. Like every kid is a douchebag and stuff like that. Or not every, but I was essentially a bully. I was awful. Um, to give you an example, is that I remember where um, in 4th grade, we'll give this person Bob and Billy. This is the same Bob from before. Here, we'll go by first initial basis. So we have um there's only pretty much one female involved in this two there's two females, but one notable not okay. There's two females involved in this, and there is um Emily and Rebecca, we'll say. Um and here, we'll get to that later. Current story is back in 4th grade. Uh, uh, Smith and Smark. What's to say? Smith and Smark. Um, Smith was my longest term friend ever. I met him in 4th grade, and I absolutely enjoyed every moment I ever spent with him. Phenomenal guy. Wish him the best. I he was such an amazing person that I knew. Um, I don't know. I'm talking about this like it's a mortuary, but or like he's dead, but still alive, kicking it. Um, but very awesome person I met in 4th grade, and pretty much my only friend at that time. And so Smith met Smark somewhere halfway through the year in 4th grade, and with this is still the example of my manipulative assholery that I did, is that I purposefully got upset at Smith. Granted, this is 4th grade, right? Not really as a strong example, but it's still an example, and this pretty much carried on through between 5th grade and so on forth until I changed myself and I realized how much of an asshole I was. Um, and so what I did is I purposefully got upset at Smith so that he would feel bad for not talking to me as often as he used to. And I did that multiple times. I really did that multiple times. And I hated myself for that. So I changed myself. So when I get called a shitty person, or I've insulted someone 3 times, or I'm being manipulative, I immediately get defensive because I don't want to be labeled that. Because the way I have been, um, the way I grew up is that I was taught to shut up, don't be defensive, just take it lying back, right? If I did nothing wrong, but the blame was easily pinned on me, and I was trying to defend myself saying it's not me, it's not me, I would get yelled at, or not yelled at. I would get um sort of yelled at. Not really. I don't really want to say yelled at because I love my parents. My parents are awesome. But the way I was taught is that if the blame can be pinned on me, is that shut up, take the blame, and forget about it, right? So that's why I get defensive immediately to try and avoid that. I don't want to take blame for something like that because then that image is stuck in that person's head, right? Um, if you like an example of imaging, because this was a very big part of this whole conversation, is that um, this image that you can conjure up in someone's head. If you see a kid with glasses and a book, you're going to conjure up this image that he's smart, right? This is the basis of stereotyping. But I don't really want to call it stereotyping because I really wasn't stereotyping. It was just the image built upon that person's personality. Um, and so that's if I am labeled a shitty person, manipulative and stuff like that, and I take it lying back, that is going to be associated with me every single time I talk to that person, right? Um, so to get on with the story, it started where Emily was stressed and stuff like that, and we were just chatting, and I don't remember what exactly happened, but I somehow Emily, I think it was jokingly or not, reading text emotions is hard enough without, you know, the right words. Um, but Emily, maybe jokingly, maybe angrily, said something. I don't remember exactly. Then I asked, is that if Emily is under the influence, because that is a common reoccurrence when every single time I interact with Emily. And so obviously, Emily stated, no, she's just stressed, and I left it at that. Then later on, Emily says something of, oh, and then the thing that really triggered me is that Emily says, shut up, you don't do anything, you're lazy, and you don't even do your work, which is something I get defensive about because it is something I deeply am trying to change about myself. I am trying to get more productive, less lazy because I used to be like that. I used to be incredibly lazy and stuff like. It is so hot in my room. You can see how red I am. Jesus. Anywho, um, so I got defensive, and then I was told that I insulted Emily 3 times, which I again got defensive with. And then a whole argument kickstarted, which I just said, you know what, screw it. I'm going to leave the group chat, cool off, and then come back later. Or it's not necessarily that, but I left the group chat because I just didn't want to deal with an argument at that time. I simply did not want to deal with an argument, which in retrospect was wrong on my end. I cowardly put my tail behind my between my legs and ran away, which I should have not done. That's my bad. Um Another thing that I did wrong is get defensively immediately. Also, I'm sorry about that. I realize how bad that is, getting defensive immediately and cowardly running away. It's bad all around. but there's a reasoning to pretty much all of it, which is bad that I'm giving a reasoning. There shouldn't be a one, but there is. Um, and so what I did is I left the group chat. I got reached out by one of the members, and I was heated at that time, and so I sent a semi-aggressive GIF. It was like a suck my nuts GIF. And and then that person, um this was all talked about that night, so it's whatever. But that person that I aggressively came back at, that tried to reach out, accidentally, unintentionally, was responding aggressively too. So it was unintentional, but this is just I'm recounting events. That person unintentionally was aggressively coming back at me, and that just worsened the situation. It really worsened it. And then at that point, another person reached out to me after after this person that was coming back at me aggressively is Rebecca. Rebecca then I think was relaying my messages to the group chat, where then Smith reached out to me and sent me a message that that pretty much shattered my whole world. It Smith really told, or like he really told me exactly how shitty I looked, how bad it was, how awful it was. And it it hurt it so much. It shattered my whole world to the point where I wasn't having good thoughts. It was bad. Which is a horrible thing to say, but it was bad. It got to a really really bad part. And I relayed that message back, is that I'm having these thoughts. Could you guys maybe cool it? And I was then told I was being manipulative, which looks like I'm being manipulative, but I'm just telling them how I'm currently feeling. That is it. And so that worsened it even worse and stuff like that. But mm, we had this whole conversation at the end of the night talking about all of this, and in the end, all what happened was that they just it was bad. Like, here I have a sticky note right here that I wrote down during a blackout because it gave me time to think. And so it was awful. That whole conversation at the end of the night was it was basically like an interrogation on my end. It was, they invited three unrelated people to this conversation. They invited Smark from before. Um they invited, let's go with Lucio. Overwatch. They invited Lucio, and then they also invited um Josh. We'll go with Josh. I think it's a J. Whatever. Emily's boyfriend. But I'll give Emily's boyfriend a pass because they were in the same room. Obviously, she could have asked him to leave, but it would have seemed inappropriate, but whatever. Um, so they invited 2 to 3 other people to this interrogation that were completely unrelated. They weren't involved in any shape or form. So on their part, that seems just to me like really bad. Like, why are you inviting these completely unrelated people to this such heavy and serious conversation that we're about to have? Like, why? To make me feel even worse when they talk? Comedic relief? Why? Um, and so that whole 2 hours, I think it was, conversation that we had, they were just finding ways for me to take the blame like I used to with my parents or my family. Which, in retrospect, like a lot of the things they pointed out were right. I can't recount the whole thing because it happened weeks ago, but a lot of things that they pointed out was true and right, and I apologize for those. I apologized if I hurt anyone's feelings. If I apologize if I hurt Emily's feelings by asking if she's under the influence. I apologized for being aggressive. I apologize for a lot of things. And pretty much the only person that was talking the most in that conversation was Rebecca, and I appreciate that. Out of the five people that were involved, and out of the what is that, five, six, seven, eight, out of the eight people in that um VC, in that conversation, in that call, only one person was speaking about this constantly and being communicative and being like was paying attention, and I appreciate that from you, Rebecca. um and I have no hard feelings against all of these people, no hard feelings. I'm just recounting events. um and so I apologize for all the things, taking lying back, for all the things that I realized were wrong, but what I never heard was an apology for calling me a shitty person and stuff like that. I was Rebecca apologized for calling me manipulative, which I appreciate. I appreciate for Rebecca apologizing for being m- unintentionally hyper aggressive in the text messages and stuff like that. But what I never heard was an apology from Emily for calling me a shitty person and for a person that she should have never been friends with. A person that she is sorry for being friends with. Never heard that. And all this time, like, like this whole thing all stemmed because I asked if Emily was under the influence. That's pretty much where it all stemmed from. And all this time, like, is exactly as we're talking about that moment where I called her under the influence, she is rolling up a joint, which really doesn't help her case. And they laugh it off. They laugh it off. Of course they do. I'm over here having horrible thoughts. This is a very serious topic to me. I'm about to lose all my friends, literally everybody I know, people that I actually genuinely love hanging out with. I'm about to lose them all, and they're laughing it off. Like, I can't do anything. If I pointed that out, they just all jump on me. They'd all tell me something that I'm doing wrong or anything like that. And that's something that I want to point out also, is that Smith um is like, one thing I've noticed about you, Smith, is that you like to take one side and be stubborn and stick to that side, which I hope you realize. Maybe you don't think that, but personally, every single time we've had any sort of argument, anything like that, I've never heard you agree with my side ever. You always pick the first side and stick to it. Same thing happened back, all the way back with the two servers. Same thing happened here, and it's happened many times. That's and I think that's why I'm gonna listen to my family friend, which told me years ago to drop you. I'm sorry about that, but that's, I should have listened to him ages ago. Um, And yeah, I never got an apology for being a shitty person or being a person that you've never wanted to ever meet and stuff like that. And a lot of people weren't even listening to me in that conversation. For example, we'll give uh let's say Shirlington. Shirlington is someone I met in eighth, ninth grade. I don't remember. Recently, I helped him pay for his bus ticket. So that's just to give a context clues for these people that when I'm talking to them, when I send this message to them, so they know who I'm talking about. So Shirlington, I don't think if Shirlington was even listening to anything we were talking about because Shirlington was hung up on this whole idea of me calling Emily under the influence. That's literally the only thing Shirlington ever mentioned in that whole conversation. The only person that I feel like was actually genuinely paying attention was Rebecca, and I appreciate that. But because of that whole conversation, I basically took everything lying down, apologized for everything, and we ended the night there. And that's it. I haven't chatted, and I'm still like, I I'm still gone from their group chat and stuff like that. And I know this all is like the corniest thing to talk about or the stupidest thing to talk about because it happens. Friend groups dissipate after high school and stuff like that. Naturally, we all just forget about each other because we're high schoolers. We're all gonna forget about each other. But this group I've known since childhood. This is a rough dissipation. This isn't natural. This isn't, oh, hey, see you, have fun in college, and we just forget to text each other. No, no. This is genuine hate from each other, a big, like, marital argument, basically. This is, to an extent, is like a divorce. It's that bad. And so I'm just I just want to convey my emotions to them, and it's I feel like you guys just didn't even listen to me. Just you guys focused on one detail and just were forcing me to apologize for that. When all was I was doing was trying to defend myself, and I was trying to uh I was trying to defend myself and all this other stuff and things. So it is like I was trying to I'm gonna cut all this out. I was trying to defend myself and repair my image that you guys have conjured up because clearly my image is that I'm aggressive, I explode easily, and I'm a shitty person, and that's it. That's it. The image I have conjured up for Emily is that she's under the influence 8 out of 10 times, is that um you're that's one thing. Rebecca is very argumentative and listens and very talented. um Smith is picks one side and sticks to it and is semi stubborn most of the times. I really can't recount a time where Smith tried to listen to the other side. I would try and recount one, but I really can't remember. Um, those are pretty much the big players in this story. Uh, I mean, if you guys want to reach out and try and talk to me about it, go ahead. Again, if you want any information redacted, give me the timestamp and what you want redacted. I will go ahead and redact it. But just let me know. Talk to me about it. Talk to me about anything. Have a happy new year, you guys. Now, on to the future stuff. If I've missed any other details, I'll bring them back up again. All right, let's wrap this up. Enough of the negativity, and I'm that was like 30 minutes. I'm not gonna like sit through it and try and edit it all. If there's any grammatical errors, any kind of like empty space in there, who cares? I could care less. Whatever. Um, Obviously, I will go back and do whatever they ask me to, but whatever. Enough of negativity. Now let's talk about the future. So, 2024, I really hope that I work on pretty much everything. I work on YouTube, I work on woodworking and stuff like that. One of my goals for YouTube is to start getting partnerships with things that I truly believe and use and I love. For example, like I hope that in 2024 I grow my channel so much that I can get anything related to gamer subs. Maybe not. Maybe not. But in a year I'll be in college. I'm going to be pretty much alone meeting new people and focusing on what I truly believe and want. It's going to be surreal that after being trapped in this room, not trapped, but you know what I mean, stuck in this room and stuck going to the same place for 12 years. Now I'm free to go wherever I want, do whatever I want. Dude, it's going to be surreal. I cannot wait for 2024. 2024 is going to be incredible. I'm going to focus on YouTube. I'm going to start uploading literally anything and everything just so I could get that consistency going on my YouTube feed. Um and all that stuff. It's going to be an exciting 2024 year. I don't know if I'll go back to streaming. Maybe I will. I don't know yet. Um One of my ideas was to stream woodworking, but we'll see how that works. Um, and yeah, I wish everybody and anybody that is involved in this video, anybody who's watching this in 2024,